expose kɛseɛ bi paa piem wɔ yɛ ɔman kronkron Ghana yi mu a wedie sɛ wote a woyɛ mɛbɛ hyew no ɛnyɛ ɛyɛ hyew ketewa ne nyinaa ne sɛnti no ɛyɛ NDC foɔ nyinaa ɛyɛ ɔmo kasamafoɔ ɔno aso sɛ na ɛyɛ kɔfa by the my Ghana Gold Board yɛbɛka no wɔyɛ potakasa mu sɛ ɛyɛ NDC national communicator and the CEO of Ghana Gold Board I friend no ɛyɛ lawyer Sami Jaffi ɛyɛ ne side chick and an girlfriend ɛde sɛ bi ababeto adwa wo kyerɛ mu sɛ ɔne no ɛbɔ yɛ trimo popi mu ɔmo te sɛ ɛyɛ afɔma gudie a friend no ɛyɛ gold bars ni bi no ɛde kɔsie baabi ɛnɛ gay ababɔnten abɛkyerɛ baabi a yɛ papa yi de kɔsie yɛ na ne nyinaa ne sɛ na wɔn mu di ɛsie na ne mmerɛ so na sɛ wɔfiri ɛyɛ akonya no so a wɔtumi ɛde akɔbɔ ne ho adwa na sɛ musa megya mfi no wɔ rɔhye asa nkɔbɛ resign sɛ resignation ni no mu ane sɛ ɔbɛ resign afa gold bars and de akɔyɛ ne ɔde bɛyɛ saa check no ayi ne to atwa de ko tie sɛm ne mu kyerɛ mu.
Reason why he has dropped him, but this is what journalists are surmising for the reason. Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa has dropped the deputy ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Nana Asafo-J Aye, from participating in the ongoing United Nations General Assembly. As is been the practice over the years, the chairman of the committee and the ranking member are constant participants in the United Nations General Assembly. The ranking member, Samuel Abujinapo, ceded his slot to his deputy, Asafo-J. To his deputy Asafo-J. Should I go on like that? Oko Vanderpoy is to represent the majority, whereas Asafo-J was representing the minority. The clerk of the committee this time round was added to the list. The dynamic Bosome Frehu MP readied himself, got to the Kotoka International Airport, only to be told at the counter that his name had been dropped from the trip. When calls were placed to ascertain why his name was dropped, Samuel Ablakwa's PA, personal assistant, sent a message that the minister being Okudzeto Ablakwa, said that they, the ministry, cannot pay for the deputy ranking member because the ministry can only take care of 2 participants, Oko Vanderpoy and the clerk of the committee. What is strange about this development is the fact that Asafo-J's plane tickets had been paid for and his per diem was given to the clerk to be given to him. One wonders why the minister said the ministry cannot bear his expense when it has already been paid for. The reasons for this is not lost on us. Ablakwa is unhappy with the deputy ranking member of the committee due to the following, and this is very important. 1. On May 22nd, 2025, the Bosome Frehu MP held a press conference chiding the foreign minister on how he handled the scandal that hit the Washington embassy. 2. He as well held a press conference on the 9th of July 2025, chastising the government for relaunching the chip-embedded passport and also on the state of Ghanaians in Togo over the political insurrection in the neighboring country. 3. Nana Asafo-J Aye then filed a question in Parliament on 23rd July 2025 for Foreign Minister to respond to the questions he raised in the presser. The Foreign Minister lost his cool by confronting Nana Asafo-J Aye, questioning him over why he first held a presser when he knew he would file a question. I mean, viewers, can you imagine this coming from Okudzeto Ablakwa? Asking a member of parliament that, if you knew that you will put a question for me, why did you do a press conference? I mean, has power so suddenly changed some people? Power has so suddenly changed some people? Power that we saw Akufo-Addo hold for 8 years, Kufuor held it for 8 years. And it has suddenly changed people in months, 2 months, 3 months, they are gone. Why will a foreign minister be concerned that you wanted to ask me questions on the floor of the house? Why did you put it in a press conference? Okudzeto Ablakwa, the one who is the biggest protester, the one who shouted on top of his voice against Akufo-Addo and any person. There was even an occasion when Shelley Ayakoboche confronted him in Parliament that you are the ranking member, you have this information. Why do you go and publish these things? Was Okudzeto Ablakwa cancelled from UNGA summits when Akufo-Addo traveled to the United Nations General Assembly, I believe for 7 times? Was there any occasion when the ranking member of the Foreign Affairs Committee was told that he cannot travel? Is that what happened? They should tell us. But I'm worried, and Democracy Watch should be worried, that a foreign minister is wanting to intimidate somebody on the minority side because the person has put an urgent question for him in parliament, whilst these same questions were given, put to the media at a press conference. Ablakwa should really be explaining that. And I'm very sad. He's a young man with great potential. He should never allow power to do this to him. All of them, all of us, all young people, power should never do this. Power in 7 months. Hey, 7 months, Be. Ukudeta Ablakwa is climbed on the high horse. You cannot ask me a question when you have gone to tell the press. You Ablakwa, you that the press supports, how much support Ablakwa has gotten from media in putting out his expressions everywhere. Going on Adum FM, now when they play the video, he's angry, saying that if ever any government official uses presidential jets, he will resign. Presidential jets have used, he hasn't resigned. Saying all kinds of things about Galamsey, that there should be a state of emergency declared. State of emergency has not been declared. The president says he is not going to declare it. Ablakwa has not resigned. He's with the president at Onga. And then he has the effrontery to then counsel somebody who was criticizing him that a person cannot travel. The money that a person is using to travel doesn't belong to Okudzeto Ablakwa. It belongs to the taxpayer, you and I. We hold those resources. And Ablakwa is supposed to manage those resources on our behalf because we all turned up and voted for John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama exercises the social contract on our behalf. He decided that Ablakwa should handle the social contract on the side of the foreign ministry. And Ablakwa decides that the money that government of Ghana has given to me, that I should, the protocol is that the ranking member goes. If the ranking member doesn't go, the deputy ranking goes, so that we can have a report. He decides that that money, whilst it doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the taxpayer. I am going to make sure that he doesn't travel to the United Nations General Assembly because he's criticizing him. I think this is very sad. And for those of us who love Ablakwa, we should tell him that you cannot let power get into your head just in months. What are you going to do in 2027 March? In 2028 June? When you have had power for 3 years, what is Ablakwa going to do? Is he going to climb on all of us? Is he going to climb on his car and let the driver drive and be on his car like a palanquin, the way they put that Asante Hene in palanquin? Is that what he would want, to be ridden in a palanquin? Ablakwa wants us to ride him in a palanquin because he's foreign minister. We should baffle Bonnie. And this is the story. This is a gist. I'm going to share with you. It's a gist. So there were people within the president's office, inner circle of President Mahama, who didn't want Bafuboni to be nominated as the Chief Justice. That's normal. It's natural. It always happens. In politics, that's the game. There were those who wanted Justice Bafuboni also to be nominated. So what you do when you have a situation like that, you don't get upset because there's nothing to get upset about political appointments. They'll always be lobbying for other people. However you think somebody is qualified, another person has a different opinion. That's the inner circle politics around the presidents of Ghana and presidents of everywhere. So you don't have to get upset that people don't want your choice. They want another person. What you do then, if you can, is to develop and devise a strategy that will help you to achieve the results. Because the president's an individual. He's a